What if I had my own arcade machine? Now that would be something. But I don't see myself as a Pac-Man kind of guy. I do see myself more as a rip and tear Doom guy. Oh, if only one could be the Slayer. Last time we had the James Bond dual controller gun and huge success. Kind of fun to build. Awkward to use, but you know, all in all, a really awesome project. Plan is, we're gonna build a dope-ass Doom arcade machine. And for this, I choose to make it in birch plywood because it's nice, it's sharp, it's clean, and it smells funny in a good way. One of my plans with this is also to cut 2 sheets of copper because I, by coincidence, have some copper sheets lying around. My plan is to cover the outer shell in copper and hammer out in really relief, like a flat 3D effect of screaming faces, because who doesn't like screaming faces? Usually I would be having music running right now, so I wouldn't have to like think about noise. But we have most of the parts cut for the shell of the arcade machine. Now we just have to assemble stuff. I cut like a lot of these lines to glue in here. I brought some tools. I got this for like edge measuring, but it's just a really nice tool that lets you adjust things very fucking easily. And then you can set things up for success. And of course the nail gun so we can get nailing.
Phrasing?
Just gonna draw on both sides. And then I'm gonna glue it before it. So this thing actually has a chance of being durable, and who doesn't like durable? Where's the stick? Ah yes, my glue spreading stick.
Phrasing.
I'm gonna make all the sides on it somewhat permanent, except the big edge here, which is gonna be like act as an extra service hatch to get in and fix things, because need the space. Saw time. See what the fuck I'm doing. And I've been cheating a little, so I made most of the box already. We're gonna test the screen here. We can put the joysticks here, and then we're down to decorating this bastard. And oh, is this the best part of it? So what my plan is to put copper on the sides, maybe on the top also, I'm not sure yet, and then put a trim of iron edges just to make it rough, brutal, and heavy. Because, you know, Doom has some heavy music in it and it seems to go with the theme. But anyways, so plan is, this part here is going to be painted or something. This part here is going to be covered in cool ass metal stuff. And time to get painting. Painting, painting, painting. Woo. Painting, painting, painting. Woo. Voila! Insides are painted, and now we just watch them dry. Dry faster! And here we see a nice piece of copper that I've chosen from my scrap pile. Plan is to draw it up here and make the sides slightly bigger. And then we're gonna hammer the shit out and make tons of fucking screaming faces in it. It's gonna be metal as fuck! So that's the plan. Alright then. Copper pieces have been cut out. And now we need to decorate them. And happy smiling faces screaming of despair. So the plan is basically to do this all over the sides, just a ton of screaming facing, trying to like escape the copper or escape the machine, captured in our Doom arcade machine. It's gonna be fucking epic. So the first thing I want, what I'm gonna try to do here is like shape the copper in a relief to give like a sort of a 3D texture. It's called chasing and repose, or some French fancy word like that. And it basically means you punch the metal back and forward until you have the shapes you desire. We have these specialized hammers, chasing hammers, very fancy. They're like shaped in a way where you can get a lot of punch, because you're gonna do like a bazillion punches, hits into this. Basically, you can get a different style of chisels and all sorts of sizes. I'm just probably gonna use this one at most and just get the base shape of it down, and once I have everything kinda lined up, that's when the sculpting part happens, and then I have a whole other array of hammers, and yeah. This takes forever. I'm gonna try something. Time to bring out the stupid guns. Let's see if stupid works. Good. Let's see how well stupid works. Stupid works well enough. This is definitely within intended use of tool. All right then, now we hammered out all the shit we've been hammering, we've been shaping. Now it's time to treat it, so hopefully we'll end up like a version of this. So yeah, this is a end goal. This is what it looks like before. Now I'm gonna show you how. First off, we gotta put our mask on. Sometimes you just want to clean it off a bit. You can just use the spray. You shouldn't ignite it because, you know, shit's flammable. So. There we go. Perfect. Clean it off to get all the little things off. And then we just let it dry. We're not gonna ignite it again, because now there's a lot of it. That means big flames, which can be fun, but you know. All right, now that we have the surface prepped and ready, we're gonna take the other side and also prepare. But instead of having it as a reactive side, we're just gonna paint the fucker over with some spray paint. That way we can prevent the acid that we need to activate the cool colors and shit from going on the backside where we don't necessarily need it. So yeah, remember to put on your mask and all that shit. Stay in a ventilated area and don't spray paint near open fire and all those other rules, I guess. So now we've painted and it's dry, so we can put this surface down in here. Plan here is to spray it a wee bit and put the wooden pieces down to elevate it so it doesn't like rest in the, if I spill more than I need to. The papers to kind of where I'm gonna spray it, and the paper pieces in there is to like keep it there for longer. I guess it works like that. So basically we're gonna give it like this special cocktail that I can't tell you about. If I told you about it, I would have to kill you. I don't make the rules. It's salmiak. It's salmiak mixed with salt to make a reactive mixture that's gonna make it very blue and very cool. So I'm gonna mist the fuck over this. I'm gonna put my mask on again because this is gonna smell and hurt like hell if I don't. And remember, when you're playing with chemicals, take precautions, because if you don't, and then, oh. All right, now So 8 hours have passed and it's time for the big reveal. Shit's now blue. Let's make a whole song about that. Alright then, so next step is we have all these faces and they can be kind of hard to like see them very well. So what I'm gonna try now is gonna use some fire to blacken the mouth and the eye pieces a bit. There we go, nice and precise. And then we kind of just, it goes pretty fast. So you have to be somewhat, you know what you're doing, know what you want to do. But we also need some electronics and shit in it. And usually I would pull it through with one of these just to make it tight and nice. That's gonna go through a hole here and then. But then I thought like this looks too modern and too boring. So I made a 3D model of a thingamajig. It fits this thingamajig perfectly. You just need to drill a bit of hole, put in here, and then we have like a sci-fi looking wire pull through. So, okay. Now we got a drill and we're gonna drill that wood hard.
Hey, phrasing!
See if we can find the X that marks the spot. Just watch. A real hole. The holiest. I did not think this through. Now my table's a mess. Wait for some of the other stuff to dry. I'm gonna try and start mounting the sides here so we can get that out of the way. First I'm gonna glue everything down here with some sealant glue thingamajig. Okay, so when I put it down I have time to adjust like where the fuck they want it. As you can see it's like slightly longer on all the edges. I made that on purpose so it's like a little bit bigger so I don't have to worry too much, because when hammering I'm gonna distort the sheet a fuck ton. I'm gonna shrink it, I'm gonna stretch it, and like if you make it a straight line from the beginning, it might not end up fitting when you're done because you've done so much shaping magic. Once the nails have been set, I'm gonna come in and put some trimming on with some iron edges just to make it look even more anger. So, try to get this somewhat centered. Now for this little issue, as we have been locking it down, because it wasn't straight anymore, it's been like climbing up, so it's like trying to fold a piece of clothing over something not straight. And right now I'm running into the issue that I'm clumping up with too much material here. So for this we're gonna need a special tool with next step is probably get in the screen. Turn the right way. Hope everything stayed as I planned it to do. Whoop! Still fits. One of the things I also want to do to make it just a little bit cooler is I'm gonna add some angle iron as to trim off the edges. So I'm gonna make a whole frame piece here. So I'm gonna cut like a bazillion small pieces that we're gonna get up, down, all the way around. Then we're gonna rust them up and then lacquer it so it like gets this rough and tough maraudy look. framing is more or less done. As you see, we have this side with all these nice riveting on. I went with copper rivets to match better with the copper sheet. Also, I think it gives a nice heavy and brutal look. Also, the machine, it is getting a bit heavy. Who knew that adding steel to stuff would make stuff heavy? Oh, the texture. Oh, right now I'm just trying to figure out the mapping of the keys. So now I'll have the joystick here and I'll have some buttons here, but I'm not entirely sure. So right now my plan is to, I think I'm just gonna take a piece of paper, put in here, and just get like, where does my hands rest? And then I guess it's mapped for my hands. Then fuck everyone else who has tiny hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right then, 8 it is. All right, we figured out some configurations with the mapping of the buttons. We have stuff that works. We have a joystick that works. Screen, software, most things are working. So next step is we're gonna drill some holes and plug all of these in. And then we're gonna add a little cherry on top. I'm a very happy man right now, and it's itching. Like in all my breaks while building this machine, I've been playing Doom, Doom 2, a lot of the master levels. I skipped Doom 3, but then I've been doing Doom 2016, Doom Eternal. I haven't done the newest one, so I've been spending my breaks being busy dooming out, and now I get to start all over and do the old school. In the way it was intended to be. Maybe not intended, but in the way I intend to play it now. So, you know, fuck it. We made a build. I'm happy. I hope you guys are happy. It's time to finish off and get gaming. See you guys around and rip and tear. Rip and tear.